circulated around the U.S., Gaston would be up and running at full capacity, and the U.S. would be primed and ready to buy his pistol by the truckload. Gaston agreed. Little did either of them know the Glock 17 would be featured in much more than just a magazine. So like I said, this is where the story gets a little wild here. There are several idiots from the government involved in this story, and one of those idiots is a name by the name of, and I'm not making this up, his name is Noel Koch. Josh, can you say that name fast for me, please?
No.
No? You won't do it?
I'm not going to attempt it.
We're just going to call him Mr. Koch.
Mr. Koch.
But yeah, so in the late 80s, Mr. Koch was the Defense Department Chief of Counterterrorism. Koch had received a Glock 17 as a gift from his German counterparts. Whatever, I don't know what we're doing with German counterparts. But the Glock 17 was different from anything Koch had ever seen before. It was made of plastic and this worried Glock. It's like throwing a new toy in the monkey pit. Just because it's different, they're going to howl at it for a while.
Was that the first polymer handgun in the U.S.?
I don't know if the VP70 ever made it over.
I think it did.
I think it did too.
Yeah.
It would surprise me if it didn't come over in some capacity.
They're rare, but I think it did.
Yeah. So Koch grew very concerned the gun would get through metal detectors at an airport. So he devised a test. This is his test. He disassembled the Glock 17 and put the parts into a duffel bag. He also went so far as to wrap the recoil spring around a pair of glasses and remove the ammo from the magazine. With the Glock 17 spread into its various parts, he headed for Washington National Airport, set the bag down on the X-ray conveyor, and the bag came out on the other side with no one asking a single question about its contents.
Oh.
Yes, he had successfully
Can we
snuck it
imagine
through.
if we did that today?
You want to try?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, like I feel like there's a good chance like we could probably get through like some of the smaller airports, but like, if you get caught, like it's not something worth trying.
And the FAA has entered the chat, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like it's not worth
TSA.
trying. Like the
TSA.
consequences of trying that are too great.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But like you hear stories of people getting knives through all the time.
I think it's the Atlanta airport where there's pictures of all the guns they confiscate.
Yeah.
And it's like 100 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you get in a lot of trouble. Like the people that like get caught, like usually it's I forgot it was in the bag, and they kind of feel bad for them a little bit, so they just get a nice big fine. But like you knowingly take apart a gun, like
Just to see if you can do it.
Yeah.
So you know what we need to do? We need to buy an X-ray machine
Okay.
and then try it.
No.
Try to get past each other.
but
Because
here's
that'll hold up great in court.
But here's the thing: the X-ray machine, you would be able to see it because you're familiar with it. You're looking for it.
Very well.
Yeah.
Good observation, dude.
So like
Comes up in the story here.
I'm thinking that like you look at it, like if those people they're trained very well.
So my question is, what year is this?
This is late 80s. I would say 1988.
So if you disassemble, because it went through the metal detector, right? They didn't have X-rays.
No, or they had
Sorry, this was before 1988. This is probably around 1984, 1985. My bad.
So they had metal detectors. They didn't have X-rays.
They did have X-rays.
They did have X-rays?
Yeah, but it's
So
very
if-
rudimentary.
So if you disassemble any handgun, are they going to see it?
You guys are 10 times smarter than any of the politicians in this story already. And like any critical thinking just led to exactly what we're going to cover here. So Koch freaked out. He became determined at that point to ban the Glock from ever coming into the United States. He immediately went public with his test results, and the media had a field day with it. They named the Glock 17 the Hijackers Special. USA Today had an alarmist-style column on plastic handguns, which at the time was only two, the Glock 17 and the HK VP70, and they demanded the Glock 17 be outlawed. They even had a cartoon with the saying, "Plastic guns beat the metal detector." So here's a fun fact. The NYPD actually banned the Glock by name as they considered it a terrorist weapon.
So can you buy marketing like that?
No. That's literally... Yes. No, you can't. You nailed it, dude.
Exactly.
Like, the Soldier of Fortune magazine meant nothing. Like all this was free publicity. So anyways, remember that the NYPD banned this gun by name. Maryland, South Carolina, and Hawaii soon did the same thing. Hawaii.
Yeah,
Come
Hawaii
on.
has some pretty strict handgun laws.
But it's Hawaii. Like, this is gun control. We'll call Texas. If there's a coconut shortage, we'll call you Hawaii. Like, just try not to get bombed by the Japanese again, okay? We'll come to your island when we want to get drunk. Just stay in your lane, Hawaii. Come on.
Oh, jeez.
Since it was banned in New York, can we at least like have a good ending to the story where like we know that like
there's a good ending.
NYPD carries these now.
Yeah, trust me, there's a good ending to that story. In February of 1986, Mario Biaggi, the dean of the New York House of Representatives, announced that he would introduce legislation to ban non-metal firearms. This eventually made its way to the Subcommittee on Crime in the House of Representatives, and they began to hold hearings regarding this supergun. Once the hearings took place, it became very obvious that they did not have the whole story. What good old Mr. Koch didn't mention was that he also snuck another pistol past airport security in the same test. He did the Glock. He didn't even disassemble this one. It was left in one piece. It was made entirely out of metal. It was also loaded, and it was also not detected by anybody.
Oh.
Yeah, he got an entire one-piece metal gun through. The real cause of the Glock slipping through was not the plastic frame. You can make it, bro.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Shit, where was I? Oh, yeah. So the real cause of the Glock slipping through was not the plastic frame, but the poor security practices in place by airport security.
In Washington, D.C.
Yep. Yeah. The ATF and the FAA even weighed in on this. They did their own testing and found that the Glock 17 was easily identifiable as a pistol through airport screening systems, and their official report said that it did not pose any special threat, even stating that the airport security officials are low-paid, poorly trained, and were doing boring, repetitive work. The ATF pushed even farther on this. They even went as far to state that the Glock 17 had more metal by weight than several other handguns made entirely out of metal. Listen, let's take a step back. If the ATF is like, whoa, hey, I think this legislation is a bad idea, something's wrong. Like, something's wrong.
Well, could you imagine doing that test? Like being allowed to do that test would be really
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do when you get to the other side? Just get on your plane? Or do you whip it out like, hey, look what you missed?
Look at what you didn't get.
You guys missed something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So despite all this, right? So the ATF was like, hey, this isn't necessary. The FAA is like, we can see this. Koch was like, yeah, I kind of lied about what happened here. After several hearings on the Glock 17, the ATF, FAA, NRA, and even Gaston Glock himself presented hard evidence completely contradicting Koch's testing and the media's monkey-brained propaganda. The House still passed the Undetectable Firearms Act of 1988. This law still stands today. Do you know what that meant for Glock and his Glock 17? You know what he had to do to it?
Make it metal frame.
Guess. That's one guess. What's your guess?
That's what I was going to say. Had to make a metal frame.
Think outside the box here. What did he have to do to it?
add more metal to it.
No. He had to do absolutely nothing. The law they passed was utterly useless. It was completely useless. The law states it's illegal to manufacture, import, sell, ship, deliver, possess, transfer, or receive any firearm that is not detectable by walk-through metal detectors or any firearm with major components that do not generate an accurate image in standard airport imaging technology. The Glock 17 was proven without a doubt to be absolutely detectable by metal detectors and airport imaging technology. The very gun they wasted taxpayer money trying to outlaw wasn't even affected by the law they passed because of it. Yeah, good one, idiots. Tax dollars at work. Super. Yeah, I'm not making any of this up. That law still stands to this day. I don't think it's ever been used for anything ever.
No, but
I'm sure they're still trying to use that law with the 3D printed firearms.
I bet it will be put to use eventually.
But I find it interesting.
Hey, if you liked what you just saw, we do have full episodes on our YouTube channel that you can watch. We also have an email address that you can contact us at. It's rifledmedia@gmail.com. Send us an email. We would love to hear from you. Give us some feedback. Maybe leave us an idea for a topic you'd like us to cover. Also, if it's a really cool piece of information or just a really funny email, I will happily read it here on one of our episodes. So thanks for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we cannot wait to have you here next time.